Wait, grab a quick screenshot of us.
Oh man, we're live and we didn't do that? That's okay.
We're live?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh,
well,
we're live.
Do
Then
a
never mind.
but
Never mind.
They have the Boston Power shot.
We'll go like this. Hey!
If you guys can see the behind the scenes, maybe we'll have like a Patreon.
That's what it is.
We'll have like a Patreon thing or like one time. And what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Clifford Bonet. You guys know the vibes, as my guys like to say. I'm looking at this. Y'all see all these screens over here. It's a little crazy. Why is it crazy? We're back. We are back here at Mohegan Sports FanDuel. Man, this is amazing. This sports book is crazy. Last year, we were downstairs. This year, Babz says, hey, Cliff, man, let's focus on our audio. Let's get it crispy. Let's get it clean. And I said, sure. That's my man from another, my brother from another mother, salt and pepper brother. Babz in the building, but he's doing his thing on his thing because, he's the X-Master. And weirdly, I got rude on the mic. We didn't had Anton last year and Jorge. What up, Jorge? We miss you already. But this year is just a three-gang team. Babz said something. This is completely off the subject, but he was like, yo, man, we're on X. And this was for the pre-game when we were just testing out live. And I was like, that sounds like a little bit crazy. But I think Elon was kind of a genius for doing that. I think it's some genius stuff. Hey, Rude, quick question. How are we doing on the sound? I got the thumbs up from Rude. Hey, Rude, can you text my father this link? Do me a favor. Follow Babz either on YouTube, go to Cliff Notes. Actually, hey, guys, instead of just following Babz all the time on X, you can follow me on the Cliff Notes Project Studios YouTube channel. And if you do that, you'll get to see me and other things that I do. But for today's sports, feel free to follow X. Are you ready over there? You still typing away?
I'm still typing away, dude. You just jump right into this going live. And, we're here at Mohegan Sun FanDuel Sportsbook. Hello, everybody out there. Look at the background right here. What was this, 140-foot screen that wraps all the way around. We're excited. We're setting things up. It's our second straight year here at Mohegan Sun FanDuel Sportsbook, and we hope to be back here later in the season because I hope that the Patriots can win today and carry the season going forward because nobody wants to talk about a 1-5 team. I mean, really, nobody wants to talk about a 1-4 team right now. But over the next hour, we're going to try to make you believe and make you give some hope and some glimmer of just anything possible, right? Kevin Garnett, anything possible in terms of the Patriots being somewhat relevant this season.
This guy said, I believe I can fly. I believe the Patriots can win another game. Will they win another game?
They're going to win today.
Okay.
And we'll talk about it.
Let's go off script. But listen, let me do my little monologue real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I don't like that my camera's just not focused on me. It's kind of crazy. I don't have someone back there to just do this. I'm a little blurry, but regardless of the fact. Rudley, would you mind trying to see if you could do that? Rudley's going to try. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I've talked about coaching malpractice. Let's move on. I talked about the O-line. If you touch the screen, you touch my face, it'll probably zoom. Nope, don't touch it. Just the screen back there, brother. We're teaching people on the fly. Mohegan, this is why we need just a budget so we can get some people. Look at that. Just touch the screen, touch my face. Should I say pause? Is that a thing? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Babz is going to come here today. There you go. Babz is going to come here today and say to you, there's hope, there's chance. I am not a fair weather fan, okay? I am not. But I have to say this. There's concern. There's a lot of concern outside of the team. And I just want him to piggyback off of this. Fair weather fans, there's a lot of craziness going out here in these streets. But all this crazy talk, cut it out. Let's all slow down. We've been here before. How about we have an owner willing to spend, I think? How about we have an owner who understands what it takes to win, I think? How about we have a coach who knows how to win, I think? These are all things that I think. Why? 6 Super Bowls, ladies and gentlemen. That just doesn't happen overnight. Yes, I am a Tom Brady fan. Yes, I believe in Tom. Yes, I believe that the Patriots won the majority of their Super Bowls, more so the back end 3, maybe 4. Super Bowls because of Tom. But ladies and gentlemen, you got to believe in the organization. And I am not a fair weather fan. I am a realist of the Salt and Pepper Boys, okay? I asked this question, am I salt, am I pepper? I'm salty. I'm a salty old guy, salty Grace, because I like to doubt. But my guy over here, he has something to really rant about, more than me. And I'm the guy that's always salty and angry and talking about, let's talk about reality. Babz, what's going on?
I mean, it's one thing to have knee-jerk reactions. It's one thing to say, like Cliff is saying, I'm a realist and I want to call it as I see it. And you guys that are watching me right now saying, well, Babz, you're delusional. You are obviously believing in a team that has no hope, that can't do anything, and you're telling me to stop it. Like, I'm a fan, and I'm going to be a fan in my own way. Like, I want to root for wins. I want to see competitive games. Like, I get it. Like, listen, I'm looking right at you. I know the team stinks right now. I get it. And I get having the knee-jerk reactions. I get, like, trolling and having fun. But I thought over the last 2 weeks, the Patriots fan base, and this is not as a whole, but I've seen it enough on social media age nowadays. Because when the Pats sucked back in Cliff's days, right? The 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, right? There was no social media around at that time, Cliff. Here's the thing. I think it's been so disrespectful for some of the fan base to attack certain players and players' families and the way they attack the team. Yes, back-to-back awful games, 72-3. But I just feel like it's such a spoiled, rotten fan base that a lot of the fans out there, you're making the entire fan base look bad. And I know some of you out there saying, Babz, you make us look bad already. Listen, I'm here to bring some hope. I'm here to bring some excitement. I'm here to talk about Patriots. I'm here to talk about your opinions. I want to hear your opinions of why the team sucks, and we talk it out together. But after winning for so long, people don't know how to act when they're losing. You know, I talked, Cliff, to some people out, you know, the boomer generation, right? Your generation.
Yeah, I'm
and
here.
I said, you know, at least in the 80s and 70s and whatnot, there was always hope. There was always hope, like, this team can get better. And I get it. You have a winning culture for 20 years, and now it's gone, right? It's completely gone. Patriots fans, you just got to be a little bit better. Look at today, just as an example in the background, the Miami Dolphins, who are supposed to be the #1 team, you know, they're 4-1, they're leading the East. They were just losing 14-0 to the 0-5 Carolina Panthers. So, like I said, the NFL, we say this every week, it's a knee-jerk reaction. It's going to go this way, it's going to go that way. You know, hopefully today Mac Jones can get his shit together and throw for 3 touchdowns, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, we're on to something. We're back on pace. We're back on pace. So I'm just saying to the fan base out there, like, yeah, losing sucks, I get it, but stop being a bunch of crybabies. I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes, and you're exposing yourself out there. Like, we just talked about this off the air.
Yeah.
You know, November 26th is coming up. Ramon, I know you're watching out there. I'll still be down at MetLife Stadium.
Me too.
It might not even be the Jones Bowl anymore. It might be Malik versus Tyrod Taylor, the Brother Bowl. We talked about that, right?
Yes, we did.
Yes,
but
we
listen,
did.
it might be that.
I like how you had to put it right behind.
It's at the Jones. It's at the Jones,
Yeah.
but it's all right. We
The
cleared.
Brother
Salt
Bowl.
and pepper, brother.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. We're still going to support our team no matter what, win or lose. I understand that some people want to tank out there, and maybe your tanking doesn't work. I know you want to see the team better. You just want to see success, and you want to see competitive football, and hopefully that's what we see today. I want to take these last 2 games and just throw them right away, and let's start fresh. I say it every year. Oh, the season starts this week. Let's start fresh. Let's get back going. Let's get competitive.
And we're back, and we're back. And guess what? We're on to the Raiders. We're on to the Raiders. But let me ask you a question. We talked about tanking. Do you think we should tank? I know the answer is no. But if we were to tank, who are you going for? Because there's a lot of perspectives out there. A lot of people are talking different things out there. I don't know what it is that you want to do. You know what I mean? Last night, this gentleman here, he didn't really have a great night.
No.
But what do you think about him?
Performance last night.
Oh, my God.
But hopefully Mac Jones has a Caleb
The disrespect. I don't know, but a lot of people say, hey, we should pick that guy. But you know what? There's rumblings out here because he's quietly doing it. He's quietly doing it. And I'm going to be real. He does not have that USC type of team. They're a very small team in Colorado. Maybe you bring those two as a package. Maybe you would change the culture completely.
You said that off the air.
We did.
And my
I did.
mind
Look at his face.
exploded. My mind went like that. And you're in such a tough spot, and I just want to give a quick shout-out to a guy, Tanner. Like, he follows me on Twitter. I came into the sportsbook today. He stopped me. We started talking, and we're going over scenarios, right? Like, let's say the Patriots lose today. They're 1-5. Which direction do you want to go into? And it sucks in terms of tanking because even if you tank, you're not guaranteed the success. You don't know what's going to be. Look at Caleb Williams. He looks like the #1 overall pick, and then he has a game like that last night. It's like, all right, well, is he truly going to be the guy? So
right.
I mean, there is, I will say, I'm not a college guy.
Me neither.
And I hear you guys out there that love college.
They do.
There's a lot of great quarterbacks out there that's going to go in that first round
right.
in the top 10, right? So I hear you loud and clear. Knowing Bill Belichick, you're probably going to end up winning 4 or 5 games, and you're going to end up taking the left tackle from Notre Dame because you got to replace Trent Brown. Like, that's what he's going to look at, right? But it blew my mind because here's the thing. If you're going to tank or commit to some sort of tank, or you want the future of the franchise, and I will say this on record, I am a guy that says, and Bill we trust, but if you want the future of the franchise, which is going to be a rookie this upcoming year in the draft, Bill Belichick has to go.
What?
If you're going to make the choice,
wellness check for Babz?
It's the reality check. You guys gave me the reality check. Bill Belichick's turning 72 years old in April. I just don't see him having the time to have another rookie come up through the system because you never know. Trevor Lawrence, #1 overall pick. It's a different scenario because it's the Jacksonville Jaguars, but they were a 1-win team.
Right.
It took them a little bit.
Yep.
If you get a rookie, it's going to be like a 3 to 4 year process
this
before you get him up to speed. So now you're talking about Bill Belichick being about 76 years old.
Right.
And we've seen certain things this season where it's like, is Bill sharp in the mind still? Does he have it? So, yes, Bill is a defensive genius. Is Bill O'Brien the right offensive coordinator to put around this new rookie quarterback?
Great question.
There's a lot of things. So here's the thing. You got to blow it up, and if Bill's not going to lay down, like that's such a, you're in purgatory right now.
We are
for what
purgatory.
You're going to do, it's going to be crazy. So going back and spinning this back into the Sanders, the Sanders family, I would love.
Yes, we would.
I would love Kraft if you're going to blow it up to say, here's the keys to the kingdom, Dion. Bring your son in. We want you guys to come in. We want to have personality. We want to have fun. We want to have work ethic. We want commitment. And guess what? Cliff, here's the thing.
Talk to me.
Is anybody coming to New England? Does anyone want to actually play for New England anymore?
From what I'm hearing, no.
Will people want to come play for New England if Deion Sanders is the head coach?
I'm going to say yes because Deion's won a few Super Bowls. Deion is a GOAT. Deion understands what today's market is all about. And I've said this before, right? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's not get it twisted. This is always all about money. It's always about money. And let's say you have a bad product, you bring fans in to your product, but guess what? When they're selling away tickets and you can't sell hot dogs, you can't sell hoodies, you can't sell T-shirts, beers, that becomes a problem. What does Deion Sanders do? And he's proven it with 2 institutions, ladies and gentlemen, 2 of them, currently Colorado. He's already won more than what they've won the past few years, all right? He has a lot of people coming in. There's a lot of hype in Colorado. It'd be very interesting if the same thing were to happen in New England. It'd be very interesting if the same thing happened with social media. It'll be very interesting if you had the Salt and Pepper Boys attend your thing, Babz. What do you think about that?
You blew my mind also, and to end this conversation.
Let's say pause real quick for some of my friends that are still in that, ooh, he said blew your mind. I had to do it. I had to do it.
The major thing is this that's looming over.
Yes.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Where's Tom Brady been?
We talked about it.
Tom Brady came once. We talked about this so many times.
He rang the bell, Babz, but he rang the bell.
He rang the bell. But here's the thing. You bring in Sanders. You bring the Sanders family. Guess who's probably going to be coming back to New England a little bit more?
Yep.
Someone that has been helping out. Someone like Tom Brady.
That's right. He's been coaching him.
So in terms of Robert Kraft owning, do you look at that and say, well, I'm going to get rid of Bill.
Right.
And, that hurts because of what he's done for me as
Correct.
well, too, in my legacy.
But
I can get the guy, and still he can right the ship.
Yes, he can.
He could right the ship by bringing Sanders
Tommy,
in.
forever,
That's crazy.
forever Patriot. Patriots.
We didn't even have the script or anything, and you blew my mind just talking about this before.
We should next time I'm going to hit record, and then we'll put it on our Patreon because we'll talk about that. But I will say this, Patriots fan, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have to truly understand what the climate is like. And Babz and I said this years ago. I want to give a shout out to this gentleman, and that is Cam Newton. He started to change the culture. The NFL has changed. Taylor Swift is running the world right now with the NFL. It's about social media. Bill doesn't care. When Bill is being interviewed, you know what Bill does to the mic? The Crafts don't want that. The Crafts don't want that, Babz.
It's funny because I'm actually going to give some respect here to Green Runs Deep. We talked about this in 2021, and he said Cam Newton eventually is going to start getting more respect from the fan base at some point. And it took a little bit. We're in 2023. And over the last 2 weeks, I've seen a lot of pro Cam Newton posts now.
Yeah.
Because you appreciate, all right, he came in here and you knew the team was going to stink.
Right.
But at least he fought. He showed fire. He showed something, whereas Mac the last couple weeks just hasn't really showed anything. So now people are going to start stepping back and being like, in retrospect, maybe Cam was good for the team, especially when Cam is still talking highly about the Patriots.
Smart
He's
man.
keeping that bridge open because he knows when time changes, when Bill Belichick's out of there, and whoever takes over.
And when
as the head
Dion
coach,
comes in, he can get a
When
call.
Dion comes
Seamless. Is
I
that
mean,
what
you
we're
gotta
saying?
look, if you get rid of Bill, you got to bring somebody in, and I know that plenty of you out there have your head coaches lined up, but man, Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
If you want me to be a casual take on it, I want him in here. Like
Yeah.
that's what I want. But again, Bill, I'm not giving up on Bill Belichick.
No.
I don't know if you saw me posting all day on Saturday.
Yes.
I was in my fields. I was posting
Yes.
some of my favorite highlights of Bill Belichick over the years. That's
Someone
what I was doing.
said like it was like an obituary or something.
I still think that people do not give enough credit to Bill Belichick.
100%.
Because,
Yeah.
yes, Brady made Bill, but Bill made Brady. It was a tandem. And Belichick has always tried to put some sort of competitive team out there.
Yeah.
I hate the little narratives of, well, 2019, he gave nothing. They got Antonio Brown. He ended up becoming a head case. They got Mohamed Sanu. But that's what the value was at second-round pick in 2019.
That is true.
The defense was so good. Why aren't you shitting on Brady in 2007
Right.
when he could only score 14 points in the Super Bowl and they held the Giants to 17? I thought Brady was the savior.
Yeah.
If Brady was that damn good, then he should have won in 2007 on his own. So it's just little stuff. You can nitpick everything in there. I understand the record. I understand Bill looks stupid at times. I get it. But he's still trying to put a competitive team out there. You can't just completely crap on his legacy.
Nope.
It works in tandem. But I get it. The time is coming to an end soon. I'm holding out the hope. I'm holding out that he can turn this around. I'm hoping we get the old Bill Belichick in that locker room to get everybody together.
At
Look
least
at
for the
all
end of this year.
So much bulletin board material. So much bulletin board material over these 2 weeks to the point where even Mac Jones, you are on the shortest leash possible. This is it for Mac Jones. Like, the pressure's there for Bill O'Brien, for Bill Belichick, for Mac Jones today. So hopefully they can take all this and do something that we've seen it in the past, and maybe it doesn't happen. But I'm holding out hope. That's what I got to do.
Great points, man. Great points. But I will say this, and we're gonna shift off the agenda a little bit. At least we're not the Cowboys. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give you this mic here, and you can turn that on. We'll bring in our guest now. We'll switch it up, ladies and gentlemen. We brought this gentleman here last year. Okay. We brought him here last year. But I will say this, things have changed. But before we do that, just because Babz is just so good at what he does, I'm going to say, hey, Babz, do me a favor. Can you please introduce our guest today?
Brad, it's great to see you again. Congratulations on your win. A couple weeks ago, I know the Cowboys haven't looked that great either.
It's all right.
The last couple weeks, too. I know losing to Arizona and then getting smoked by the Niners. But Brad, for everybody at home, I'm sorry, bad introduction here.
Let's start over.
Yes, is the GM of the FanDuel Sportsbook here at Mohegan Sun. Last year we did an interview. We caught up to speed on a lot of things. How's it been over the last year since we last seen you? I think it was last October, right around this time we saw you.
Yeah, it was about this time last year. It's been great. I mean, we just keep getting better. It's just more interest. We still see so many new people coming out. I love it.
Yeah.
That's what I love about this. We got so many new people coming in and introducing it to the experience and watching the games. It just keeps getting better, and we anticipate it to keep growing.
So, Brad, big thing now in Massachusetts. We're Massachusetts guys. We got sports betting.
Yep.
So has that, taken away of anything from the sports book? Because I'll tell you this, Massachusetts has no real sports books. I don't think there's anything that I like to go to. I'm not going to name names, but
we know.
But we know, and I've put my foot around everywhere. It's just the online gambling now is in our hands. It's like, well, now I don't have to make the trip down to Connecticut. Are there anything you guys are doing differently, or do you still see the same stream that comes in?
No, we're not doing anything differently because, as you see behind us here, we have this.
Yes.
I know.
Nobody else
Yes, you're right about that.
So, listen, I'm the same way. I can play from home, horses, sports, whatever, but you can't put a price tag on what we have here.
Awesome.
And, we just had a great article come out in the local paper, and it talked about what we offer here. And everybody they interviewed said the same thing. You can't beat what you offer here.
Last year, we were down low. This year, I was like, let's get up high to show it, because you can see it in the background. Thank you for letting us do this, by the way. I took a picture just to put it on Twitter, X, whatever it's called now. just to have the overlook, and people were saying, like, where is that? Because they want to be part of the experience on a game day. So it's great to keep showing it. You just got to keep showing it, man. You know, for the Massachusetts, the boys out there, you make a little trip down here, but you make it a whole experience while you're here at Mohegan Sun.
Yeah, and that's what we found too. Like, it's not like you would say in Vegas where a person would go to the sportsbook by themselves. You find here people are coming in groups, 4, 8. We got a group, I think, today of 12 or 15 in a section. So you can't put a price tag on that. And, you know, people want to be part of that, and that's the best part about all of this.
Super Bowl last year, what was it like?
Very exciting. Of course, we, you know, being all of us are Cowboy fans, so we were definitely pulling against the Eagles, but great atmosphere, and we expect for that to only get better this year, too, as well.
Is there anything that's coming up over the next couple months during the football season, whether it's events, meet and greets, or anything that you'd like to mention?
I actually have a couple of meet and greets that I can't really mention because we haven't finalized them, but I should finalize them in a couple of days. But we tentatively, hopefully, have a meet and greet with a old ex-retired baseball player that I think people will love in this area. And then we're trying to work some things with UFC. We had a couple of months ago, we did a meet and greet and brought in a mini octagon.
Yeah.
And we had Misha Tate and Mighty Mouse here. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we'll announce a couple of new meet and greets. So we expect these to be big.
I hope to come back. I know the Pat season hasn't looked so good, and they're on the brink of 1-5, and it kind of stinks, but I hope to come back for NFL playoffs. I need to see the sportsbook during the NFL playoffs, the AFC, NFC title game. I got to get my ass down here for the Super Bowl as well, and that's something that we want to plan out. I want to talk about the Cowboys for a second and the NFC in general. How were you feeling preseason, and where were you ranking the Cowboys to compare to where you see them now after going into Week 6?
Well, so I did have them ranked high, and not just because I am a Cowboy fan. I do think they have a really good team. Still on the fence about Dak, man. I just, you know, I know everybody says the same thing, but it's just the kid he looks scared. I think the coaches are scared. They're not calling plays. I don't think to turn him loose a little bit. So I think there's a lot of that going on. But I will say this: I think tomorrow night is kind of the game of the year for them.
So are we blaming the coach then if they're not letting him loose?
I think it's both. I really
wow.
do. I think they don't have confidence in Dak, but I think it's pretty evident Dak don't have confidence in Dak either.
Yeah, this is true.
So I think tomorrow night is a big game,
okay,
and probably their game of the year, because if they come out tomorrow night and underperform or Dak doesn't perform, I think we're looking at, you're going to hear this first here.
Here we go. Here we go. I'm
Spoiler
going to have you look at that mic right there, and you let them know.
If we don't play good and this doesn't work out in the next couple weeks for the Cowboys, next year, Dion and his son will be in Dallas.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No. Wait a minute here. Wait a minute here.
What? No way you guys
We need that. We need that here. We need that here. Listen, Dallas has enough going on. Like, we want our stuff back.
Wait.
Like, the world is a little crazy right now.
We already got now 2 organization fan bases here between the Cowboys and the Patriots, right? Right?
Yeah.
America's team, right? We both want the Deion Sanders family, right? We both
What
want
is
them in
going
here.
on?
What the hell?
Patriots fans aren't big enough for, or that area is not big enough for Dion and his
Oh,
son. You know what I'm
wow.
saying? They
You know
gotta
what?
go to Dallas.
Hold
Everything's
on.
bigger in Texas.
I
gotta go to Dallas.
I got to do it. Robert, challenge.
Jerry
He
Jones
just-
and Robert Kraft
challenge.
face-to-face. Who's getting Sanders?
Oh,
Isn't
my
it crazy
goodness.
the Sanders sweepstakes has already happened? Like that?
Already. Unbelievable. So, okay, you're the GM. You're getting rid of a lot of people. You're bringing in the Sanders. CeeDee Lamb, is he a 1 or a 2?
Oh, I think he's a 2.
Thank you. Talk
Could
about
he,
why.
Could he be a 1? Absolutely. But there's a lot going on with him that I just don't always see the 100% effort.
You're right. Right.
You know, and if there's a ball up for grabs, he doesn't fight. He
This is
doesn't
true.
come back with it.
Yep.
So, and you know, the other thing with the Cowboys receivers that we all talk about here, how do they never get open?
Great question.
They are never open.
Great question.
You know, and then you've got a quarterback that is so afraid to throw it to somebody if they're not completely open. So I think it's a combination of a lot of things. But I definitely right now think he's a 2.
I
No
agree.
doubt.
Did something happen to Prescott's legs? Because he used to be a running, not to say like a Michael Vick type of quarterback, excuse me, but that threat is no longer there.
Well, and I think that's part of the coaching, because I think they actually need to use him in that role. I've said
Agreed.
that for a couple of years, that he's not a drop back passer. If he's going to throw an interception, I'd much rather him see it throw it when he's rolling out and he makes a bad pass than sit back, because he's not a drop back passer.
No.
Use his legs and let him, let him
Agreed.
make a decision from there, because dropping back. The other thing I noticed with Dak too, his check downs are so quick.
Yes, they are.
He's on his fourth receiver before.
It's like he's fearful of really getting hurt
Absolutely,
again.
it is. I don't know if it's hurt or he just don't want to make that throw because he doesn't feel confident. But there is something going on, and you may be right. It could be the old injury that he's still, conscious about.
If there's some coaching changes that are happening around the NFL, and let's say Mike McCarthy's gone, let's say Bill Belichick's gone, would you take Bill Belichick in Dallas right now, next year? Would you take him?
No, I don't think I would. I'd go in a totally different direction. If I got rid of McCarthy, and I joke about Deion, could it happen? Yeah, maybe, but I think I'd go in a totally different direction.
So let me piggyback off of what Babz said. We all know that Deion Sanders, I think, is obviously he's a former Hall of Player. He's a Hall of Famer, right? A good coach, but still needs some seasoning. Bill needs to win a few games to reach a certain milestone. What if the deal was Bill Belichick with Deion Sanders in the back, learning from a great coach? Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think I would. I don't think Deion would, but, but I would.
Good point.
And listen, I mean, everybody's buying into the Deion hype. Me too.
Me too.
I really thought he would do good. No doubt. But here's the thing. Every kid in America wants to play for Deion.
Right.
So it makes it a lot easier when I can say, hey, you know what? You're not behaving. You go get on the bus.
That's right.
You're in.
Yeah.
Because now I got another guy that's just as good, maybe better. So, yeah, absolutely.
We talked about on our show is the culture. Like Patriots, like Cam Newton, he brought a new culture after Tom Brady, a different culture. It's the young generation culture, right? And that's what Deion Sanders can bring to the table. I think everyone's seen that. So, I mean, he's going to be sought after no matter what. Do you think that he would leave Colorado after one season? And
actually, no, I don't.
I think he's got to stay for another year, right?
I do believe that they would. Where they go in the Big Ten or something, I think, or
they're
maybe
moving around.
Yeah.
I still say they may not end up there. I think after this year, other conferences are going to be coming after them.
Really?
Even if it's SEC, because of the travel and all of that.
Okay.
As much money and hype he's brought to where he's at now, I don't think he leaves in the next couple of years, but I could see them moving around to another conference for sure.
All right. Well, real quick, we're going to do a little segue, and I stole this from a friend of mine. It's called Let's Pray for the Parlay, Pray for the Parlay, Pray for the Parlay. I want to show you something, and I want to ask your thoughts. Babz, I'm sorry. He's our guest. We got to give it to him. I'm going to have you look at the screen. These are Babz bets. Babz, let's walk through these bets, and I want you to tell us if this makes sense. Let's walk through it, Babz. You'll speed it up.
Listen, it's a little desperation. I did a little parlay on FanDuel. I got my percentage boost on there, 100%.
Thank you, FanDuel.
I took the Patriots money line. I took the over 41.5, and I took Ramondre Stevenson to get a touchdown. I mean, it's $25 to win 300. I actually want to just pick something out here because I am going to go off on it a little bit later. 41.5 points. You see that?
Ooh.
Do you think that's too high? Because look at the two teams that are playing between the Raiders and Patriots. They can't score. Do you think that's too high? Like, if you saw 41.5, are you going to go over under?
No, I can talk about that.
Okay, great.
So, no, absolutely. So, yeah, absolutely. To me, that seems a little bit too high. I'm not going to lie to you, okay? That does seem a little bit too high. But being an older school bookmaker back when I was in Vegas, sometimes when the line is put that way, it's for a reason. So maybe there's something.
80% of the public is on the under. I'm just saying.
There you go. Okay. You should have led.
You can leave it at that.
You should have led with that.
I'll be back. I'll be back. Let me get on the app right now.
I'm trying to read in between the lines right now.
So, no, absolutely not. I like that three-team same-game parlay. Listen, I think we all agree that, same-game parlays are great, but you can't go crazy. You're not even going to hit, most people aren't going to hit a 10-game parlay, let alone a 10-game same-game parlay. So you got a three-team same-game parlay. You put up $25. You got a boost, right? You doubled your boost, right? You went from 6 to 12. That's a great wager.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
I mean, sometimes people say, like in poker, I laugh because they say, well, I had to call because I had the right odds. Well, yeah, it's still lost. Right?
You're lost, right.
It's almost like that parlay. That's not a bad parlay considering you bet 25, you doubled your boost, and I think you've got pretty good odds.
You're just
there.
being nice to me because I just made a donation to Mohegan Sun. That's why.
That's okay.
That's what it is.
That's okay.
I want to talk about a couple other things, Cliff, off the record. First of all, I want to talk about the rival 49ers. And where do you rank them right now after seeing the beatdown that they gave you guys? I'm sorry to, stick a fork in you. But do you think that they are Super Bowl bound the way they look right now? And do you still believe in Brock Purdy? Because I believe last year you did say that Brock wasn't the guy.
I still don't. I'm still not sure he's the guy.
Yeah.
So I know it's late. And I definitely wouldn't be telling you this if it wasn't the truth, but my pick today was actually the Browns, and it's 10-7.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe it was like a 10-point spread.
Yeah, so I'm still on the fence with him because it goes back to last week. Dallas didn't play well. I know that was a Super Bowl kind of for the 49ers. I want to see a little bit more before I deem them, the best team in the NFC or maybe the entire NFL. But I'm still not sure he's the guy.
Yeah.
If McCaffrey makes such a big difference
Yes,
for
he
them.
does.
If for some reason he
Panthers.
gets hurt or you can,
They
and
messed up.
that's why I was disappointed last week. Dallas couldn't stop him.
Right.
Well, if you can't stop him, you definitely can't stop Purdy because then, what are you going to do? So I want to see it where somebody can stop McCaffrey, then show me what Purdy can do. If he comes through, then maybe, he's that guy.
Number 2. People might not be able to see this. Maybe put the close-up back on us on there. You got Texas Rangers repping right here. We got Texas versus Houston coming up.
Okay.
Yeah, I want a little bit. We don't really talk baseball that much.
Right,
We're
but
not baseball people that too much. But can you talk about your love for the Texas Rangers? They were really hot, and I feel like they cooled off during the season. And what the battle of Houston versus the Rangers is like down in Texas.
Yeah, so, I know I joke because you're a Cowboys fan, but really I am a Cowboys fan, but I'm a Rangers fan. I've watched them I've watched a lot of bad baseball. So since I was a kid, but this is a huge series. People in Texas, if you're not from Houston, you can't stand Houston. Yeah, it's, it used to be divided, but after kind of the scandal and the cheating and all of that, now you're either pro-Houston because you live in that area, but if you're really outside of Houston, you really can't stand them.
Wow.
So I think this is going to be a very lively series. Very excited about my Rangers because I noticed today we got Scherzer back on the roster. We got John Gray back on the roster. So that means some of these not so good relievers we've been running out there, we don't have to run them out there
anymore.
now. So we went from having 2 starters a month ago to now we got like 7 or 8 starters that can come out of the bullpen. So I think if Texas continues to hit the ball, I think we got a really good shot.
What's it, Rangers in what? How many games?
I think Rangers in 6.
Wow. Fair.
Put it in.
Put it in. Now, I think this is awesome. My final question for today is for you is this. You held your word as far as the experience here. I would have the opportunity to come, set up, and kind of walk around and just see the different environments. What else is left? What else can be done here to continue to attract the people that you have here? I think this is awesome already.
Well, I think one of the things that we want to do is where you're at today in this mezzanine level is enhance this area.
Got it.
I think we've already been talking about that, is I would love to be able to turn this into like you're at a football game, you're at an NFL suite. You got stadium style seats up here, you got a stand-up bar, you got more TVs, you got memorabilia. So I think that's one of the areas that we're going to concentrate on. I think that's going to be good. We're looking at some other options down on front, on the main floor, outside. We've talked about everything.
Awesome. Babz, anything?
No, my mind's racing because I'm now, when you talk about changing things up, I'm
Me
thinking
too.
about having little football, like field goal, like
Yep.
someone's like coming in, you're kicking or something like that. You make it in, you get like a,
It's
No,
funny.
$5 bet or
It's funny.
something like that.
I pushed till I could finally tell they didn't want me to ask anymore. But in Vegas, they used to have these big horse racing machines where they just run around the track. And they stayed full all the time.
Right.
People would sit there and play them and scream and holler, and I begged and begged and begged, and they were like, stop asking. But we really have talked about a lot of that stuff. We had a lot of fantasy drafts over the summer, so we hope to enhance that next year, have more of those. Like I said, redo this area, stadium-style seating, different things like that. So, yeah, we've got some other options, and we've got a lot of room to do it, so we're excited.
And we hope that we can be part of the future here at Mohegan Sun and at the Sportsbook as well, and that's why we really appreciate you
for sure.
extending the invite again for a second straight year, and we want to keep pushing this. I mean, we want to commit to one place and show everybody the best experience is what we do, whether it's on here in Boston Power Hour or on our social media.
Yes.
So it was awesome even coming in today, and someone stopped me like, I follow you on Twitter, and we have like a 15-minute conversation, and it's awesome. Like it's awesome to be part, and it's family. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't put a price tag on that. That's what I tell people is like, why do people come? And it's a camaraderie, right? I mean,
this is true.
You come because you want to hang out with people, and it's people that you may or may not like. The best part is you may come with somebody that's playing on another team,
right?
Their favorite team, you know. So it is what it is. But I think it's just so much fun. It really is.
And we talked about that last year. Is the melting pot between it's the tri-state area. You got the Massachusetts, the New England, but you also got the New Jersey, New York, and they all can come together right here in Connecticut. So it's awesome. Brad, we really appreciate it.
For sure.
Patriots winning today? Yes or no? Be honest, it's fine.
It's okay.
I'm gonna say yes today. I'm gonna go with you today. I'm gonna pull for it. I'm pulling for that. I'm pulling for that same game parlay.
Oh my goodness! I got that. I got that recorded, ladies and gentlemen. That was amazing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we want to thank you sincerely. Again, me and Babz, we were super excited as far as coming here. The conversations we had off record, amazing, great establishment, and we're excited to hopefully continue in being part of your this amazing experience, not only for us, but as a fan. That's for me, man.
Thank you, Brad.
For sure.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this was amazing. I want to thank Brad. I want to thank Mohegan Sun. I want to thank FanDuel Sports. We're actually about to eat fairly soon. We're going to try to kind of get back on.
We're going
to try to get back on track. Hopefully, Broodly came back. Can you mute number 3, sir? He wasn't doing anything. Thank you very much. We're muted now.
There you go.
All right, we're back.
All right,
you notice how Broodly just disappeared for a second?
Dude, we start. We're ready to go, and then Broodly's just gone.
Mohegans, this is why we need help. We need a budget. Broodly's not working out.
You're trying to direct Cliff. This is why I give so much props to Cliff, because people don't understand.
I'm going to put the camera on here.
And stuff, and I try to make everyone like understand what's going on back here. I got to move over. See, it's just, all right. We're gonna reset for a second here, Cliff, because here's the thing I want to talk about. I want to bring up the 41.5 point spread, the 41.5 over under. Right? Listen. All week I've been looking at this 41.5. All week I'm saying that's too damn high. The Patriots can only average 11 points a game. The Raiders can only average 16 points a game. If it was something where it was like 35, 36, 37, I get it. 11 plus 16 added up is 27 points. Oh, well, their defenses aren't good. Well, someone's got to score and something's got to give. 80% of the bettors on the public betting are on the under. You see that number, 41.5, you're taking the under. That's why it's giving me hope today, because I feel the bettors, the Vegas odd makers out there, they're seeing something. It's not going to surprise me if Belichick and McDaniels kind of talk with each other and say, hey, maybe let up on defense a little bit in the first half. It would not shock me if we see a 13-10, 14-10, 14-13 type of game going into halftime. I think this is a game where both offenses really need to get going. That's why I really like the over of 41.5, and that's my lock of the day. It might be my lock of the season or the month or whatever it is. I mean, I'll probably be proven wrong like always. It happens, but I don't know, because I've been on this all week and talking, and even Brad looked at it and was like, yeah, it seems a little bit too high, right? So I like the 41.5. If you have time to get it, I say take the over and run with it, and hopefully we get a lot of scoring today.
Listen. I just want to ask you one question.
Yes.
How much money did you put on it?
Well, I had that mixed in with parlays and this and that. Like, I'm scared money don't make money. It is what it is. But
all right.
There is something that I did put down, and this was beforehand. For those that remember last year when we were here at Mohegan Sun, I was all in on Ramondre Stevenson, 2 touchdowns. I said, I'm putting 100 down. Ramondre Stevenson, 2 touchdowns. He was plus 400 because at the time, Bailey Zappe's in there. The run game was explosive at the time. So I'm driving today. I'm coming down to Mohegan Sun, and I'm thinking, what's going to be my big bet of the day? I need to have some sort of big bet, and I want to do 2 touchdowns. That's what I want to do. I want those odds. So I'm riding. I'm like, I really want to root for Stevenson, and I had him in that parlay. You see that earlier on. I was talking to my man Rune Dog. My man Rune Dog, I feel bad for him. He went to Dallas. He went last week, and he's out in Vegas this week.
My God.
Rune Dog, I've known him for 5 years now, 5 years plus. And I take a lot of what he says to truth. And he said this. Now, he's not sold on Mac anymore, but he said if Mac is going to be able to do anything, he needs his security blanket. His security blanket is Hunter Henry. So I have it right here. The slip's out here. 2 touchdowns for Hunter Henry today. I only put $50 on it, but $50 to win $1,500. He's plus 3,000.
I like that.
Mac Jones wants to survive the season. He needs someone to catch the ball. If there's one guy that hasn't talked crap about Mac Jones or put him down, it's probably got to be Hunter Henry. Feed Hunter Henry today. Get him involved. Take his yards. Take his receptions. Maybe take him for a touchdown. I actually have a separate bet just for $10, but $10 to win 190. And I took Hunter Henry touchdown. I took him for over 32.5 yards. And I also mixed in Jacoby Myers as well, too, because Jacoby Myers, I think, is going to get a couple of looks in the end zone.
Is that an emotional thing right there?
It's an emotional thing right there.
It's all right. $10.
It's $10.
Yeah.
It's just more, I want to kind of root for Jacoby a little bit as well, too, because I think that this is his redemption, a redemption.
And you want to ask the question.
And it could be also some players in that team say, I hope Jacoby has a good game too.
Yeah,
because I feel a little bit bad he's not
like,
with us
why is he
anymore.
not here?
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
Right, I agree with that. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about something. I'm going to put the camera back on Babz for 30 seconds. Shout outs to the outfit right now. Like, I feel like that looks better than the Patriots uniforms, man. I'm serious. I like the patsy pats on the shoulder with the flying Elvis in the chest. That is dope. That's just me. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to end this. Why? Because I want to put in my bets. What else do we have left on this, man? Because I actually want to go get our seats.
Let me talk to Patriots Nation for a second.
Do you want to do that? Hold on, one second.
Let's talk for a second.
You set yourself up. Go ahead.
No. I talk first. Let me talk first.
All right. Go.
Patriots Nation. Today's a big day. This could be it. Patriots could go 1-5. But here's the thing. I've been grasping on hope. I've been grasping at straws, whether it's the season starts this Sunday, whether I say it's one game at a time. It's like, what do I do now at 1-4? Well, I call this Superstition Sunday. Superstition Sunday, Cliff. And here's the thing. Look what I'm wearing today. I got my little Patriots hockey jersey. I got my JE11 hat. I got my parachute cargos on. I got the LeBrons on as well. And the last time that we were together, Cliff, was week 3 against the Jets. And what happened? Patriots won. So I'm just looking for something in some sort of way, in some sort of capacity, to get the W today, Cliff. And Cliff, I think today we got to bring it back out.
Wait a minute.
Bring the eye black out.
Wait a minute.
Bring the eye black
Wait,
out.
ladies and gentlemen, like there's a lot of things going on right here. A lot of things going on. First of all, my main monitor died, and Ridley's looking at me crazy. But I figured it out again by myself. You're good, Ridley. I don't understand what's going on. Record that, please, with your phone. Thank you. Babz is kind of losing his mind right now. I understand that we need to hold it down for our team. I understand that. I do. But ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the team is imploding. Self-imploding. And I'm looking at you know what? Let me shut the hell up. I feel like right now, war zone.
The Patriots are going to win today in Las Vegas. The Eye Black is undefeated this season. We're going to go 2-0. I'm telling you that right now. It's Superstition Sunday. We will get this done. Let's go, Pats, baby. The Eye Black's out. Let's go. It's like, I need it for all this light that's in me.
My goodness, yo.
What happened at the end here?
Listen.
You're crumbling like the Patriots right now.
No, because you know what?
I blame Rudley.
Our one guy that's supposed to be helping.
I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know what he's doing. He's over here.
Around.
He's like, yo, did you see this meme? Did you see that? It's over.
It's too late.
It's over. But listen, final thoughts. Let's go to final thoughts because I'm starving and this kid's killing me. But this was a good pod. Regardless, I thought this was really cool. But let's talk about one more thing. I see what you just did. I know that you want everyone to follow you, bro. But maybe, and I couldn't make this song happen because they didn't have the instrumental, because fake DJ Rudely couldn't get me the instrumental. But do you know that song by Boyz II Men? It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. And it might be too hard to say goodbye, but ladies and gentlemen, we got to move on. What are we doing?
Breaking news is Malik Cunningham's the QB2 for today.
Wait a minute.
That's what he was trying to get me on.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Can we read that again? Like, where's that from, though?
Malik Cunningham is from Ian Rappaport. Malik Cunningham is QB2. They talked about this earlier this week about there was going to be a change happening at some point. A change happening. And there it is, QB2. And that should put pressure on Mac Jones. He should know, like, your job is on the line. This is it. Because when Malik goes in, he's already got the fan base ready to go. This is Zappe Fever 2.0. Yeah. They want Malik Mania, baby. But
I heard a rumor.
This is enough pressure. I hope there's enough pressure for Mac Jones.
Listen, he's going to be crying.
I know.
You know he's going to be crying. But Coach, I'm sorry. I wanted Alabama Mac. It didn't happen. They brought in Bill O'Brien. It didn't work. Yes, they should have helped him out with a W1. Yes, they should have got him a better O-line. It's just not happening. But at least manage the game. They teach you this in Pop Warner. I was a coach. You're on one hash of the field. Never throw a cross. Just because it happened one time. Let me shut the hell up. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, all I have to say is this. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching us. I want to thank you guys for following. I got some people calling us. We got some seats down there. We have some beverages waiting. Are we ordering nachos today? Is that what we're doing? What are we
ready
eating?
to eat. I'm ready to drink. I mean, if the Pats are losing big early on, I'm ready to fucking.
And Danielle said that she got a nice spread for us. We can eat whatever the hell we want. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are who? The Boston Power Hour. We are who? Salt and Pepper Boys. We're in the building. Sorry I didn't have the music. But on that note, I'm out. Anything else? Is that all you got?
We good.
All right.